مشاهدينا وين ما كنتوا عم تتابعونا برحب فيكم من جديد ببزنس ماج بحلقة خاصة حول الزيارة الأخيرة يلي قام فيها وفد رفيع المستوى من مركز ipemed الاقتصادي السياسي للبنان.
على هامش اللقاء يلي جمع اقتصاديين ورجال أعمال لبنانيين كان لنا حديث مطول مع المسؤولين عن الايبيماد وعلى رأسهم ميخيل أنجيل موراتينوس السياسي الإسباني المخضرم والرجل الدولي بامتياز. موراتينوس تحدث عن مشروع ipemed بخلق منطقة اقتصادية عملاقة بين أوروبا المتوسط وأفريقيا.
حديث موراتينوس بالغ الأهمية لجهة نظرته المتفائلة بالنسبة لمستقبل لبنان ودعوته اللبنانية لأخذ المبادرة بتقرير مصيرهم وعدم تضييع الفرص. وبدي أذكر أنه هاللقاء عملناه معه على هامش غداء تكريمي له أقاموا تجمع رجال الأعمال اللبنانية بعنوان سياسة جديدة ضمن الجوار الأوروبي المتوسطي، ميزات وتوقعات لبنان. خلينا نشوفه سوا.
Well, I think has been quite strong and quite performant in this very troubled situation. I mean, the economic situation in Lebanon, of course, could be much better as every economy, but taking into account the whole situation in the region, I think he has successfully succeeded to really get out of this crisis, no? And of course there is still a lot of things to be done, and there is a need to create more employment and to have a much more economic growth. But altogether, we will say that we have really been positive in the last years. I think it has been a permanent relationship between Europe and Lebanon, and we felt Lebanon our traditional platform for developing not only the same ideas and principles and values, but also to have this interrelation between Lebanon and Europe. The point is that the last years we have been working with the same procedure, with the same regulation, with the same framework, and I think that has no more the capacity to create a new impulse in our relations. So we need a new approach. We need a new, let's say, European involvement at both sides, that will create a better partnership between Lebanon and Europe. And that's what we are coming here in order to really share, listen from our Lebanese friend, how we could really establish a new relationship, a new partnership relationship. But that is a traditional view. And unfortunately, the majority, I will not say majority, but a great number of Lebanese still consider this approach. They say we are not master of our future, the future belongs to others, we've been interfere every here and now, everybody is taking the decision instead of ourselves. That could be true. I don't say that there is no certain tendency that some actors are trying to really indicate the way Lebanon should conduct their behavior. But at the end of the day, today, if the Lebanese themselves come to the conclusion, and I hope they will come, that the time has come for taking their own responsibility, I think nobody is going to stop that. Nobody is going to avoid that. I think time has come for Lebanese to analyze their future and taking the decision they consider the best for their country. And if that is the case, no Europe, no United States, no external actor will have the capacity to interfere or to avoid this new relationship. But Sykes-Picot was signed in 1916, just before the Paris conference and the Treaty of Versailles. Already the two diplomacy, the British and the French, were organizing this part of the world. And two brilliant ambassadors, British and French meet together several times and then decide in a piece of paper dividing the region, this part for France, this part for UK, this part for France, while this part we share. Well, that is over. You cannot imagine now two European ambassadors discussing how are going to be the future of the region. But I mean, of course not. But even more, not even a general outline of how the European or the American interest will be in the region should be allowed. There's the parties themselves, the countries themselves, the citizens of all these countries in the Middle East that should have the right saying for shaping again the new Middle East. I don't mean that they have to change all borders or frontiers. No, maybe they will be the same. But they will be the same with a new relationship based on what the Lebanese, what the Syrian, what the Saudis, what the Jordanian will decide. For that, we need that the parties themselves take their own responsibility, help, accompany, supported by Europeans and others. But it will not be in the offices of the Quai d'Orsay or the Foreign Office who decide how you are going to put a border or a frontier between Lebanon and Syria. It has to be done here by yourself, not by others.
كلام موراتينوس فعلا إيجابي وملفت، عنده رؤية واضحة للاقتصاد والعلاقات يلي بتجمع شمال البحر المتوسط مع دول الجنوب.
بعد الفاصل متعرف على الدور المحوري يلي ممكن يلعبه لبنان بين أوروبا وأفريقيا. هل الشركات اللبنانية ممكن تستفيد من الفرصة يلي بيفتحها السوق العملاق؟ بريك قصير ومنتابع بزنس ماج.